Your house, it's on fire. While on a business trip, I received a sudden call from my childhood friend. I couldn't believe it. My house was on fire. However, I heard sirens in the background of the phone, and my heart skipped a beat. Hurriedly returning from my business trip, I faced yet another betrayal from my husband. My name is Carol, and I'm a 32-year-old ordinary housewife working for a well-known company. My family consists of my husband, Gerald, whom I married 7 years ago, and our daughter, Riley, who just turned 5. We both work, so we've been helping each other with housework and childcare. Originally, I was dedicated to my job, and my husband's support was essential. Fortunately, my husband is an understanding person. He accepted my wish to return to work immediately after giving birth.
I know you love your job, Carol. I think it's good to work while you can, above all.
Thank you, Gerald. But if I return to work, there will be overtime and business trips. I'm afraid it might be a burden on you, Gerald.
That's not a problem at all. We're a married couple, so we should support each other.
But what about Riley?
Riley is my child too, right? As a father, I'll gladly take care of our daughter.
I see. Okay then, let's do that. Thank you, Gerald. So I gave birth to Riley and returned to work 6 months later. Now, our daughter is almost 5 years old. I can continue working actively, all thanks to my husband. Additionally, we have a goal to purchase our own home. The last few years have been especially thrifty. Thanks to this, our savings are steadily growing. By the time our daughter enters elementary school, we should have reached our savings goal. My daughter also seems to understand, even at a young age, that I am busy with work. She always sees me off at the entrance whenever I leave the house. Mom, take care. Thank you, Riley. Do your best at daycare too. Good luck at work, Mom. I have dance and drama practice today. The school play is coming soon, isn't it? I'm looking forward to going to see it. Yep, I'll do my best. Well then, I'm off then. I never forget to give my daughter a hug and say goodbye. Embracing my daughter every morning makes me feel determined to face the challenges of the day. On one particular day, I was informed of a 3-day business trip. With my husband at home, there was no need to worry about our daughter. She had gotten used to my occasional business trips before, but on this day she seemed oddly somber. What's wrong, Riley? Mommy's about to leave. When will you come back? I'm going on a business trip starting today. I'll be back after you've slept twice more, maybe? I see. What's wrong? Are you feeling lonely? Yeah, because I'll be alone at night. Huh? What are you talking about? Dad is here, right? Dad, at night. Just as my daughter was about to continue, my husband appeared from the hallway asking,
Aren't you leaving yet?
I couldn't help but inquire about what my daughter was about to say. Hey, Gerald, usually when I go on business trips, you stay at home, right?
Huh? What's with the sudden question? Of course, isn't that obvious?
Right? And just now, Riley says she'll be alone at night, so I thought you might be going out.
No, there's no way I'd do that. Leaving Riley alone at home when she's here? Of course not. Don't worry, I'll take good care of her during your business trip.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks. So can I count on you for the next 3 days?
Absolutely. Take care, Carol, and have a safe trip.
Thanks. I'll be going. I trusted my husband's words and headed for the business trip. As I closed the front door, I was concerned about my daughter's lack of energy, but I attributed it to the temporary loneliness caused by my absence as a mother. So I decided not to think too much about it. I then finished all my work on the business trip and then headed to the hotel for the night. Phew, I'm tired. My stomach isn't too empty, so I think I'll just go to bed early today. I took a shower and then lied down without having even dried my hair. At that exact moment, my phone rang. On the screen was the name of my childhood friend, Malia. She works as a freelance makeup artist. Even though we're close friends, why would she call at this late hour? It's already past 10 p.m. Could Malia have had a fight with her husband or something? Thinking about that, I answered the phone, and her flustered voice comes through. Carol, wait! What are you doing right now, and where are you? Huh? Malia, what's going on? Why are you so flustered? What's going on? Where are you right now? I'm on a business trip today. Business trip? Come back right now. There's a fire at your place. It's spreading inside the house. Fire? At first, I couldn't believe it was true, thinking it might be some kind of prank. However, hearing the sirens in the background, I became convinced that it wasn't a joke. Despite being shaken, I managed to utter some words. Wait a moment. Gerald and Riley are inside the house at this hour. Riley has been rescued, but they can't find Gerald. What? Gerald is? They're still firefighting, so I don't have all the details, but just come back. Riley has been crying the whole time. Riley. Despite being shaken, I hastily packed my belongings and caught a taxi. Honestly, I don't remember much about what happened afterward. After contacting the company, I repeatedly called Gerald, but couldn't reach him. What should I do if something happened to Riley and Gerald? Please, everyone be safe. My sound of my heartbeat resonated loudly in my ears, and the time until I reached home felt incredibly long. Upon arrival, I frantically searched for my husband and daughter. Gerald! Riley! Where are you? Then with a shout of, Mom! My daughter jumped into my arms. Riley, I'm relieved you're safe. Mom, it was scary. I'm sorry. It must have been terrifying. Although covered in soot in places, my daughter seemed to have no major injuries. Holding her, I felt relieved, and tears welled up in my eyes. Malia, my childhood friend, brought over a firefighter and explained the details of the incident. It seemed the cause was an electrical leakage. Only a part of the house had burned, but the bedroom's window glass was shattered, and everything was charred black with soot. If they had been a bit late, my daughter's life might have been taken. Just imagining it sent shivers down my spine. Then I realized something important. I grabbed my daughter by the shoulders to locate my husband. Riley, where's Dad? He was in the room with you, right? Then my daughter murmured, quietly looking down. Dad's not here. What? What do you mean? He was in the house with you, right? Dad said he had to go because there's a baby. A baby? What's that? While I was having this conversation with Riley, Malia, who had been observing, spoke hesitantly. You see, Carol, I was talking to Riley earlier and I noticed something. Yeah? Gerald has been leaving Riley alone at home quite often lately. What? Why? I don't know, but if what Riley said is true... A baby? Could it be? Unpleasant thoughts came to my mind. Leaving Riley alone at this hour without telling me that my husband has an important baby and that I still can't get in touch with him? All of it seems strange. I'm not pregnant and a baby with another woman? Gerald of all people? Cheating? Palpitations and dizziness hit me all at once, with a reality I had never imagined. As I stood there stunned, my phone rang. On the screen was my husband's name. I rushed to the phone. Hello?
Oh, Carol. Sorry, I couldn't answer the phone. I just found my smartphone stuck next to the bed.
Hey, where are you right now?
Where? I'm at home. What's up?
I see. And Riley?
It's midnight already. Obviously, she's asleep. Did something happen? Feeling lonely, perhaps? Don't worry too much. If anything happens, I'll protect both you and Riley.
My husband casually uttering irresponsible words, indifferent to the household turning into ashes. Moreover, I could hear a woman's giggling laughter in the background. He believed I was calling for my business trip without a hint of suspicion. I became convinced of my husband's infidelity, and anger started to boil inside me. I won't forgive him. It's one thing if it's just me, but exposing Riley to danger? No way. In that moment, I resolved to take revenge, no matter what it takes. Thus, I decided to take revenge on my husband. After confirming that the fire was extinguished, I took my belongings and went back to my parents' house with my daughter. Although my unexpected visit surprised my father and mother, I had to convey even more shocking facts. I put my daughter to sleep and explained the whole series of events to my parents. So, Gerald's affair came to light because of the fire.
That idiot doing such a thing.
Unbelievable. Leaving behind little Riley to meet his mistress. Expressing their dismay, my parents continued to speak, and I interjected. And according to Riley, Gerald says something like, I have to go because there's a baby.
A baby?
Could it be? Yeah, probably. I think his mistress is pregnant, and there's a child between them. Furious at my husband's despicable actions, my father's face turned red, and my mother was left speechless. I wanted to cry, but there was no time to waste on such things. I calmly explained my revenge plan against my husband. Both of them were surprised, but quickly accepted it. Watch this. I won't let him have it his way. I'll make him regret it, for sure. The next morning, we decided to carry out the plan by returning to the apartment I once lived in. My parents and I hid in the closet, and my daughter waited at the entrance, ready for action. At that moment, with a bewildered exclamation, my husband unlocked the door, returning from his mistress's place. Welcome home, Dad. Upon hearing our daughter's voice, he rushed towards Riley.
Oh, Riley, what happened to you? The whole house is black and you're soaking wet. Did something happen? Don't turn on the lights.
Dad, it hurt and I was scared.
Riley began to sob.
Riley, what's going on?
It hurt. It was scary. Hot. Help me, Dad.
Hey, what happened? Well, first, let's turn on the lights.
Gerald tried to turn on the lights, but due to the impact of the fire, they didn't work. He then attempted to illuminate the scene with his phone.
Oh no, Riley, what happened to you?
He backed away in shock. Yes, at this time, my daughter's face was covered with special makeup for burns. Malia, who works in the makeup industry, was consulted regarding revenge against my husband. She suggested this plan. My husband, unaware of the circumstances, was in a complete state of panic. My daughter slowly approached her father and delivered the lines as scripted.
Dad, why did you leave me alone? The house got really hot and I was scared all by myself.
The smell in the house. Could it be a fire?
If you were here, Dad, I wouldn't be in this situation. It's all your fault, Dad.
Wait, I get it. Just don't come near me. I'm not good with scary stuff.
My husband has a strong aversion to things like ghosts and supernatural phenomena. Approaching him with a grotesque appearance, my daughter was nothing short of a horror movie scene. My husband fainted and even peed himself during my daughter's act. Once we emerged from our hiding spots, my parents and I found his phone beside him, thankfully unlocked. I extracted text messages and photos from his phone, successfully gathering substantial evidence of his infidelity. After a few hours, my husband woke up and was startled to see me and my parents.
Carol, and your parents too?
Finally awake, huh? I looked down at my surprised husband with his phone in my hand. I already know everything, so explain properly.
Everything? What?
That you're cheating and there's a child from your affair. I have all the evidence.
What? Gerald, tell the truth.
Yes, you have an obligation to do so. Convinced by my parents, he reluctantly began to reveal the details of his affair. Several months ago, he started an affair with another woman and had been meeting her every time I was on a business trip. It turns out the affair partner is 3 months pregnant, but even at this point, my husband shows no signs of remorse. He spoke of something unimaginable, considering our daughter was involved.
Even though there was a fire in the end, we're all safe, so what's the big deal? It's exaggerated.
What? Are you serious about that?
Shut up. What's the big deal if I'm serious?
Don't joke around. I gave my husband a slap on the cheek, fighting back tears and venting out all the resentment I've been holding in my heart. Do you realize how scared Riley was because of you? Because you prioritized your affair, this is what happened. I don't mind divorcing you and letting you be with your mistress, but at least reflect about having endangered our daughter.
I never expected things to turn out like this.
What? Shut up. Because you were fooling around with that mistress like an idiot. That's why this happened, right? If you understand, apologize to Riley. Bow your head and comprehend what you've done. You trash of a man. With the overwhelming intensity, my husband's face visibly paled. He bowed deeply to me, our daughter, and my parents.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't say anything anymore. I'll do as Carol says.
After that, we divorced. For my ex-husband and his mistress, I demanded alimony. And separately, I sought child support from him. As a result, my ex-husband's savings were wiped out, and he was promptly dumped by his mistress. It seems the mistress wanted to claim the home funds my ex-husband and I had saved together. Once the divorce was finalized, she believed that if she married him, the property would be hers. However, instead of receiving any shape of the assets, she ended up paying alimony and child support, leaving my ex-husband with nothing. On top of that, she found herself in the position of paying his alimony, with no reason to depend on him anymore. Moreover, it appears her pregnancy story was also a lie. It seems she planned to cover it up with a convenient lie after their marriage. Even now, I still receive desperate emails from my ex-husband, who lost everything.
Oh, I realized I was wrong. I finally understood that I love you, Carol and Riley. Please, I want to start over. The angels I should protect are only you two. I love you. I am not mistaken anymore. I will spend my whole life making you both happy.
These creepy messages are met with silence on my part, and I am even considering blocking his calls. If that doesn't calm them down, I'm prepared to consult a lawyer. On my end, I decided to stay with my daughter at my parents' home. My parents are happy to have their grandchild living with them, so in a way, it has turned out to be a way of repaying their kindness. My daughter has fully recovered and happily attends daycare every day. This weekend, we are looking forward to the long-awaited school play.
Mom, Grandpa, and Grandma, you must come to see it. It's a promise.
My daughter smiles warmly at us. I will protect this child's smile for the rest of my life. Holding her close, I give her a tight hug.